part of. It's an interesting setup. After Maria's intro, we will have some of the other members of the cause join her on stage for a fireside chat. Please,
Yeah,
Maria.
thank you very much. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here today and being interested in this very important topic. As Antonio already said, I'm the co-founder of the non-profit company which supports the games industry, so basically you, to invest in carbon absorption by planting and protecting forests to conquer climate change. Together with our members, we constantly develop tools which enable us to implement nature restoration into entertainment and into your content, for example. And basically the goal is to plant as much trees as possible and save as much forest as possible, and in that way conquer climate change. I'm here because I really believe that the games industry and you guys can be the key to conquer climate change. I don't want to bother you with numbers about climate change because I think that we all know that it's happening, and that even though like there are so many devastating effects of the climate change, we still continue to lose 30 football fields of forests every minute, even though forests can be like the solution to climate change. And besides the forest, you can also be the solution. I really believe that you have the force to make a change, because we are, or like the games industry is a global industry. You act globally, you think globally, you have enough impact to make a change. You have enough financial power, and you have huge communities behind you to make a change. And together with the forests, you can be the answer to climate change. Because as you know, like forests and trees capture a lot of CO2. They are also providing habitat to animals, plants, and all kinds of insects. And that's basically the base of our existence and the existence of future generations. And what we want to do with the GamesForest.Club is we want to be the headquarter for heroes to take on that mission of conquering climate change. And we also want to be a toolbox from and for like-minded people who want to step up and create this driving force together with us, and who want to bring back value to natural resources through creativity, and basically that what you can do the best, like entertainment, because we want to make it fun to save nature and to become a carbon neutral industry. And yeah, how do we do that? We want to visualize your efforts, and that's why we developed a platform. The Games Forest. Please, Christian, show us the Games Forest. Here you can already see a couple of our partners, and we jump right into the Games Forest. Each digital tree, which you can see here, equals 100 euro investment into a reforestation or saving project. Yeah, you can drag and fly. Yeah, nice. And it grows basically along with your the real growth of your forest and the forest which you basically save, and it equals the money which you donate to a specific project. And the look of the trees depends on the location of the projects which you support. And we continue to develop more and more different tools, how to make it more engaging, and how to connect it to your games or to your content or entertainment. Maybe we can check out the forest of one of our members who will be also on stage with us in a minute or so. Out of the park baseball, maybe David's forest. Like every member who joins also gets its own forest and like its own detail page. Yeah, visit the area if you can click there, Christian. The red button right there. Can you click on the red button? Thank you. So yeah, we can see here that David saved already 220 square meters. And if we scroll down, we have also the data where exactly his forest is and which badges he already gathered. So yeah, like there are many ways to engage. And because we are a club for companies, we also offer many different goodies for your employees. We have 14 different projects which you can support. We act globally. Christian, maybe you can show us the map where all of our projects are based. Sorry for the different switches. It's basically the next slide. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Wait. Yeah. So yeah, this is where our projects are. We have a set like saving and reforestation projects. So you can choose the one which you really, really like. And we also will support your efforts and increase awareness when you start supporting and growing your forest with a PR package and many other things. And yeah, if you do that, you will be in a very good company, because these are the companies which already joined us, and it's getting more and more. We started in November, and yeah, that's where we are right now. We have partners like Miniclip, Out of the Park, and GamerLegion, Matchmade, who will be with me on stage just now. Yeah, and also White Knight Conference as a media partner, and there you see all of our planting and forest saving partners. The UN is also on board and Play for the Forest. So yeah, if you want to join, just contact me. And now I would love to have some of our members on stage. Please welcome David, Max, and Antonin. Yeah, take a seat. I hope yeah, thank you very much for being here with me today, and of course for supporting the GamesForest.Club. Maybe I start with the question, why do you think the games industry can make a change? Who wants to go first?
Yeah. Happy to start.
Yeah, please.
So I think, yeah, like the gaming industry has a huge impact on the climate change, something like we don't really are aware of. But I was reading like this article, really interesting, showing that using a gaming laptop is using 3 more times energy than just having a refrigerator in your home. So we can see that, there's a real impact. And I think that there's a lot of things that we can do, like reducing our CO2 emission, recycling, reusing, and all of that stuff that we can do. And I think overall, if we all contribute to that, we can have a real big impact, I think.
Nice. Thank you.
And I think for sure it's not how to make this impact, but making this impact happen and finding a way to support such initiatives you have, Maria, for companies like us, or like we're an esports organization. So we basically are an entertainment business. We don't do our games by ourselves. We just play in the games and being like the peak of this gaming industry iceberg. So we for sure don't have the resources to do a job Maria is doing. So we're obviously looking for partners we can trust, and where it's people we can trust and make a difference in climate change. And that's why we joined the club. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you very much. And maybe Max, you can tell us like what we did together, because I think that was a really great example how you can do something and also integrate it in basically your daily business.
Yeah, for sure. Like we have 4 different game titles within our portfolio of teams, and one specific one is Age of Empires. I think all of you know the game Age of Empires, and it's a great real strategy game, and Microsoft is putting a lot of emphasis in. And now the new game came out with Age of Empires 4, so we have like a huge community behind it, as we have the world champion. So during like the end of the year, we are also looking to engage with the community in a way to do something good. So we started the charity stream, like a charity event on Twitch, which was named Guardians of the Forest. So our players, that are basically all streamers on Twitch as well, went online and did community games, fun games, engaged with the community, and everybody was possible to donate for the project. And yeah, it is, I think, an entertainment approach to do good, and it was a really successful event, even it was like on short notice. We didn't have too much time to set it up, but I think we made over 2,000 euros in the end to save forest peace in Germany, in the Eifel. And I hope we will have more kind of projects in the future to have even a bigger forest on your website.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, it was really cool actually to collaborate with you. And actually you're saving the same forest like David does. So David, maybe you can tell us like why did you become a member?
So I think we were one of the first people to talk.
Yes.
And I think it's just, you know, everybody needs to do something to basically save the world, and it's going to be a lot of incremental and small steps. And so for us, a very easy small step was to just join the GamesForest.Club, because I've been thinking about, do we want to offset our emissions whenever we fly and like pay €5 extra to Lufthansa? So now we're just joining the GamesForest.Club because that gives us a sort of a kickstart for the conversation within our company. We did it only with Out of the Park Developments, which is a small German studio that Come to Us itself does other things in Korea, where our headquarters is based. But it's just, you need to put your money where your mouth is, and you need to not only join the GamesForest.Club, but also think about other things where you can make an actual impact, and not only talk about it, not just pay money to support a forest. So that's why we are also doing a few other things in our daily life as well.
Maybe you can tell us like what you do in your daily life, because of course it's very important to reduce emissions in generally. So
I think actually globally the solution is probably to just reduce consumption for all of us, and we should really think about doing that. In our office, it's a few simple things. So we support a public transport ticket for every employee. We are joining a thing called Jobrad, which is very German specific, where you can lease a bicycle and you get like a discounted price if you do it through the company. We don't fly domestically. So, I mean, Germany is not a big country. You can easily take a train to most of the places. And it's just things like that we do. We use green energy for our office. We try not to buy a new iPhone every year for every employee. Small things like that.
Nice. Nice, that sounds very good. Actually, I know that Matchmade is also very active. So, Antonin, maybe you can tell us what you do.
Yes, definitely. I think a bit like similar to David, we are encouraging our employees to take public transportation, encourage you to take train over plane, and you know, for distances even like Berlin, Paris, or something like that. Like we really encourage that kind of behavior. And for the rest, I think like we are really trying to reuse, recycle. For instance, for our new employees, we're trying to take refurbished devices like new computers or new iPhones. So I think like we really have this this idea in mind. But of course, joining the GamesForest.Club is like super important for us as well. So
nice. Maybe you can explain, like, is sustainability or climate change something what concerns like your employees and your customers maybe as well? And how do you see like,
yeah, I mean, actually, like a funny example is one of our clients is actually a member of the GamesForest.Club, so that shows that actually they do care. Colibri Games, actually. Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice. And what about you?
So introduced some of these policies even a few years ago, like the going by train, and it's not a big topic in our company, but I noticed happy looks on our employees' faces in our all hands calls on Zoom. When I introduce these things, and the same for the GamesForest.Club, and that's a good thing because most of the time people look very bored and sad in Zoom calls, so it's probably a good thing, and we're listing these things in our job descriptions, and you know, it's a small step, and it needs many small steps to make a better world.
Yeah, nice. That sounds good. So I'm very happy to hear that joining the GamesForest.Club made you happy. And that's very nice. Maybe, yeah, like what would you love to see in future? Like what can the GamesForest offer you to make you even more happy, maybe?
I mean, we had a little talk beforehand, so we are really looking forward to the customized trees. Because it's always nice to have this visibility of what you do in the end to show to partners, of course. So in my position as new business lead, it's what you said before, you somehow have to show off that you do something good, that you think about climate change. So, and being able to do it with your platform is great. So, and customized trees will be crazy and looking great. But yeah, on the other hand, I think you should start to expect from us being with you the next years and build something up and make the forest even bigger. So from point now, we are pretty happy and looking forward how the project is going to be developed. And of course, networking will be like a big part of it. So we want to partner with companies that think the same way, and that's probably the point where you bundle all these partners. So getting connected with partners will be a point what we are looking for as well. And yeah, but so far so good.
Nice, nice. Actually, we're planning a couple of forest walks soon, as soon as it gets warmer. So, like, yeah, if anyone of you lives in Berlin and wants to join one soon, then yeah, just join the club. And maybe you can tell me from your perspective, like, what are your plans to concerning sustainability? Like, is there anything what you planned beside the GamesForest.Club, what you want to do in the future?
Yeah, sure. I think like for our perspective, like Matchmade, we are helping like advertisers grow their user acquisition through content creators on YouTube. And so I think in this industry also, it's not only about the gaming industry, it's also bigger than that. And I think it really comes to like the clients we're working with and the creators we're working with on YouTube. I think I would love to see in the future more like greener influencers, greener creators on YouTube, and also greener customers. And actually, it's something really funny that happened a few months ago. Our CEO was, someone reached out to our CEO, to Yuri, to promote a driving game. And actually, we realized that it was a multinational oil company. So we actually didn't go for that game because, you know, it was obviously like, a bit too much for us, you know, regarding like our values and what we are trying to stand for. So yeah, I think it would be really cool if, you know, it gets greener overall, like the overall ecosystem. And I think like you've all seen that maybe on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram. Like there's a lot of creators that have, you know, a way of life that is not sustainable at all. So if you're waking up a day in Dubai and the other day you need Miami, you know that like in the long run is not sustainable at all. And that's, you know, we really hope that this is gonna actually change as well.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm sure like there are ways how we can work on that together. And now I ask you so many questions. Maybe you have some questions for me. Anyone?
I'm super curious to know, like, because we are supporting a project in East Germany in the forest, and I think like we had a good conversation, but I would be really keen to know what kind of biodiversity you are protecting within our project, like what kind of animals and species that you have in the forest.
Luckily, Antonin, I brought some pictures with me. No, like literally, I brought some pictures from the forest and from like the wolf and like a couple of other animals which are there because the WWF, like our partner, started to saving the forest and taking care of it. So Christian, maybe you can like show us no, because you know, like it's not even that funny. Like literally, if you protect forests, you always protect a lot of like animals. Basically, you protect life and the future of our existence. So yeah, I see. Oh yeah. So that's your forest.
Nice.
And so yeah, like a couple of insects just come back if they have the place to live and if they have let's say trees which are older than like 100 or 120 years. So it is really important that we not just plant trees, but if that like to keep forests, because otherwise certain species cannot survive. Yeah, like for example this bat. It's actually called like the king's bat. And yeah, even the wolf is back again, because wolves really need a certain amount of area to, you know, yeah, breed and to be there. So it's very nice that you're, yeah, saving the spot, because thanks to you, yeah, like wolves can live there again.
So we expect all of this educational content on the website then as well. So just, I think because that's like a big point, we are reaching out to a young generation of people, and we should make it common sense that you do this kind of projects and you live that way. And probably that's the reach we are trying to use, and the mission we are trying to communicate to these guys. So education is a really big part. And if you look back in Germany for all this Fridays for Future movements and all the young people really trying to make an impact, they are curious about it. They want to know what you do, and they will track you down and say, look, is it really sustainable what you're doing? So in the end, it's a big educational thing we have to set up, and probably get more and more information even in one bundled website where we can talk about it.
Yeah, like we're really happy to provide this information, because we work with the partners who yeah, are there on the ground and like, yeah, working the fields, and I think with, especially like with game mechanics, you can change behavior, you can transport so much knowledge. So definitely, I think we can do something there. Yeah, do you have any other questions? Actually, I don't, like, I lost completely the track of time, so like I don't know how much time we have. Okay, so yeah, like, do you have any other questions, or maybe there are questions from the audience?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I know we talked about it, but maybe in the future, like, do you see maybe at some point buying a piece of forest that would be like, you know, the contribution of the gaming industry in that, you know, huge challenge?
Yeah. So because we are a non-profit, like everything what we don't spend on the website or like on the employees, we will spend on protecting forests. So like we definitely plan to yeah, buy own forests. And actually, the government of Germany offers to foundations or to NGOs like us to give pieces of land and to basically maintain them. So that's also something what we're looking into. So yeah, like soon we will also be able to have a real games forest, which you can visit, like which our members can visit as well. So yeah, we definitely plan to do that. And I'm really looking forward to that, to have some walks within the forest, which the games industry protected. Yeah. Questions from the audience? Yeah.
Just a second.
Maria, first of all, thank you for this initiative from my part and from my daughter's part. I would like to know your views on NFTs, because it's pretty much criticized because of the carbon emissions of the computational requirements and everything. So can you please tell me what are your views every single one of you, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, of course, it's a very like blockchain. You know, like is blockchain bad? Is blockchain good? The thing is, it's always how you make it. You know, like there are blockchains which are really, really bad for the environment, and others which are, yeah, like you have to consider like how you do it, and like especially like the same with NFTs. Of course, because we have the forest, we have the 3D models, we also were thinking about that, but before we do something in that direction, we really want to make sure that it helps the environment instead of like, yeah, destroying it. So that's basically my view. Like if you want to go into details, we can do it like afterwards, because you know, I'm also not a person who is like black and white, because I think there are always ways to make things work. But yeah, you really have to look into it. Yeah. So, but maybe some of you have.
Sure, I can talk about that. Comtos is operating their own blockchain, and we are partnering with Terra, which is a Korean blockchain, and that's a proof of stake blockchain. And proof of stake blockchains are not as energy intensive as proof of work, which is basically Bitcoin. Bitcoin has extremely high energy consumption. Most proof of stake blockchains don't. There's been a study of the University College London last year where they compare it to, I'm simplifying, about the same energy use as a Google search or a Visa card transaction for like one call on the blockchain, like one transaction. So that's not terrible. That's just using the internet. So that is the way we are going on proof of stake, which is totally reasonable, I think. And then you have a completely different discussion on whether like the actual benefits that NFTs and blockchain will provide to gamers, which I think is out of scope for here. Yeah. But just in terms of energy use, proof of work is probably to be avoided. Proof of stake, I think, is reasonable if you do it right.
Yeah, for us, it's of course like a big business opportunity, NFTs and all this kind of stuff in terms of collectibles regarding our players and influencers, to have them digitalized and sell like trading cards or doing other stuff with them, or even just pictures or moments of events. So it's definitely something we are looking at and trying to develop. And for sure, we are playing a lot of competitions powered by Coinbase, powered by Bitcoin.de, and so on. So the space itself is, in the esports space, is already like conquered by especially these companies, but we cannot avoid going like saying, no, we don't play this competition, or no, we don't do it. But for us, for sure, we will check how to set something up which gives a value to the community. And especially, I had a talk yesterday, we have to ask our community first if they're actually interested in it, because some teams or publishers have been roasted already by communities that don't really like the NFT stuff. So that's also like a thing of educational approach we have to go first, I think. And maybe Maria can somehow provide a solution for that we yes, say, look, we donate this and that amount of money to plant trees, to save trees, and that's exactly the amount of CO2 we reduce by putting in, like, for our NFTs or anything else. Yeah.
I think there was another question. Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, I don't have like a strong opinion on NFT, to be honest. I know that we discussed internally on the fact that the cryptocurrencies are taking, I think, half of the internet usage in terms of energy consumption, which is huge. So there's definitely like a real challenge there. But yeah, I mean, on the other end, we were like thinking internally to really think about where our servers are based. And, you know, based on the energy mix of the countries where our servers are, can we actually optimize that to reduce our energy consumption? So I think, like, with, as you said, like, it's really how you do it, and there's probably a better way to do things.
Yeah, I think that's very important, that we really look into these things, you know, that we don't end up in the discussion just, is it like bad or good, but like really go into the details and find like better solutions. and better ways. Yeah.
Thank you. I believe we can take all the other questions off the stage.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much, Maria, David,
Thank you.
Maximilian, Antonin.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you once
us.
again.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having us.
thank you.
Thank you.